Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, Keenan Memorial Stadium, the home of the North Carolina Tar Heels. Syracuse will kick off and will be underway. Looks like he's going to try to return it. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So North Carolina's offense will have the football first. Leaves it with the running back. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Looking for space. It's Gant. Finds his way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28. And the Tar Heels come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Sends it back in motion. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. At the 45 on his way. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 and the 38, and these guys are on the move.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. Just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Looking to throw on first down. Got his man on the right. They get him out of bounds right at the 5-yard line, and that one might have saved the touchdown. After that huge gain, now a chance to cash it in from just outside the 5.
He came into this year with big expectations. Everybody expecting him to stat it up. And now with that last completion, he's already over 2,000 yards passing for the season.
Now it's 2nd and goal. Slams it ahead. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, North Carolina!
And I love this offense and the way they started this football game. Listen, last week be dang, okay? Forget last week. Nice job coming out, setting the tone in this ball game, putting a long drive together, and getting a touchdown.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Syracuse Orange will go on offense for the first time. Hopefully we'll see a performance today like the one that this guy had last week when basically he just ran wild through the defense.
He made that defense look silly. Out in the open field, he was making people miss, breaking tackles, scoring touchdown after touchdown. And this offense has vowed to find new ways to get him the football. So we're going to see something else that we haven't seen before because of this guy's unique talent in this one.
Yeah, and the defense, all eyes on him. That will be the main focus. More guys in the box. I wonder if it opens up the play-action game and the perimeter throws and maybe...
Coming out aggressively. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass?
Well, that just shows you how much this quarterback trusts his baller wide receiver. He was double covered on that play, and still the QB tried to force it over to him.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. They stop him short, and we'll have a big 4th down coming.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Gonna run it. It's Gant. Got enough for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. This time he's got his man. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. The Tar Heels come to the line in the hurry-up. He might want another play. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. Wide open downfield. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
And the Tar Heels are flying down the field. Looking to throw. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Tar Heels.
And I love the decisiveness by the quarterback on that play. Nobody open downfield. I'm going to go get this myself. And I'm not just going to go get a first down. I'm taking this thing to the house.
He'll bring it back looking for help. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. He'll do it himself. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
As an offense, you're okay with that. You're going to run option plays, and sometimes you're going to bust it big, but sometimes you don't necessarily read it correctly, get some positive yards, and then we come back and we do it all over again with different reads against the different defense.
Under fire. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Talking to the coaches before the game, they wanted to start fast. This offense, man, not only have you not put it together, the defense hasn't either. This game has gotten away from them early. They need to do a better job of protecting their quarterback.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. Syracuse will send out the punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. It's blocked. Touchdown, UNC. They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
The only thing better than a punt block is scoop and score for a touchdown. Great job on special teams. Tons of athletes out on the field, and they take it to the house.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Running back searching for a hole. Turning it on. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Working on the right. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Use the play fake, now to throw. Dumps it off in the flats. Sweet cut there. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. To the air on 2nd down. Fires left. And the pass is incomplete, and that's how the first quarter comes to a close. Guys, we've reached the end of the period, and North Carolina's on top. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. They just keep firing. Lofts one high and deep. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Orange will have to punt. Now, don't forget, and I'm sure he has it, he had one blocked earlier. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute those.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
They'll start this one from the 29 on 1st down. Quick completion to the right. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
You hear about shot plays all the time. Offensive coordinators love to take deep shots down the field. They plan them. They plan when they're going to do them, and I bet you we'll plan to see a few more throughout this game.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Tar Heels will send out the punt unit. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Perhaps feeling that coverage coming, signals for the fair catch and makes it at the 25. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. They've fallen into this big hole, and they are pretty desperate for answers right now. They want to run it left here. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. He's looking to throw. Gets it to him on the screen. Oh, he's got some space. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. Syracuse ready to go to work with another 1st down. Wants to throw on 1st down. Sets up the screen. Shows him the stiff arm. He goes out of bounds right at midfield. 2nd down coming up.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up. Got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big gainer.
And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. The Orange with a lot of work to do on 3rd and long.
Man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man.
Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Pocket breaking down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Gantt. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
With the catch, it's Burden. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple 1st downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Moving into scoring territory at the 36 on 1st down. Throws for the tight end. Pulls it in. It's Burden. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the 1st down?
My goodness, this offense has got it rolling. They might put up a 50-burger. This defense, they don't have any answers right now. They're going to have to figure something out.
Snap's going to come from the 23 on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Blasted as he lets it go. Got his man on the right. Goes out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they'll be set up and in great position here.
As a quarterback, it's never fun getting hit, but it always feels a little bit better when you're able to complete a strike down the field. Nice shot.
This offense has put on a display in the 1st half, and they have a chance to tack another one on before the break. Pushes toward the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, North Carolina!
And this crowd was already jacked up. They were already excited. They were already making a difference in this football game, and the offense continues to pile on and give them something to cheer about. 27-0 here in the 1st half. This has been all home team.
On the run from inside his own 5. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the 1st half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the 1st half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the create some momentum and continue it because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Flushed out of the pocket. There he goes. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. That's caught. It's rolled. Syracuse might take a shot here on 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. Well, when your quarterback has already been sacked 4 times, shouldn't be some big surprise if the O-line gets called for holding. Now on 2nd down. Motion from the wideout. Back to pass on 2nd down. And here's a fumble way behind the line.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and forever, let's test his arm strength. It's picked off, and another empty drive. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Gets it out quickly. And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately. And the Tar Heels will hustle to the line. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Snagged in the middle. It's Owen. Brought down at the 31. It is a first down. He was all by himself out there. Someone just lost track of their assignment.
And that's so frustrating because you want to make offenses earn it. And you don't want to give up big plays and bust coverages and let people run wide open, especially good players. Like, you know this guy's a good player, and you let him run wide open down the field.
Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. The offense calls timeout. It's the 2nd one they've used this half.
Man, this quarterback is having himself a day. Over 200 yards in the first half. It was hard enough for Palmer to get over 200 in a game, more or less in a first half.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him. Getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple games.
Keeps looking downfield. Tough, determined run. Gets it down to the 12. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. Just drives it between the uprights. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. What a scene there in Chapel Hill. What a fine performance we've seen.
The Tar Heels will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. Got blown out in the first half, and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the 3rd quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it. I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
And on second down for this offense. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And look, this guy has some serious moves, and he tried all of them and still didn't get loose. Syracuse lines up on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to get rid of it. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
Well, this offense has really struggled so far early in this game, and the passing game particularly. A lot of that is on the quarterback, but at some point you need guys to step up and help him out. That was a very good throw. His receiver has got to be able to make that catch. It just takes one play to get momentum and build some confidence, but the guys around the quarterback, they've now got to step up for this offense.
The North Carolina offense returns to the field. They'll give it on the counter. Shoots through that hole and picks up 5. He's out to the 11.
And after a successful run like that on 1st down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on 2nd, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on 3rd.
Finds space on the right. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Making side adjustments here. Looking to throw on 1st down. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking for space. It's Gant. So runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35. And the Tar Heels want to pick up the tempo. He'll throw on 3rd down. Stepping to the right. Bought a little time, lets it go. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete. The Tar Heels will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Syracuse will be forced to punt. Now don't forget, he did have one blocked earlier. He'll take it on the return. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's fine.
Breaks into the open. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the 3rd quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
On the move to the right and looking for a big one. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to adjust the pattern. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Got his man. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. And the Tar Heels come to the line with a new set of downs.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but If you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays. You better change your looks up and try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offenses.
Brings it inside the 10. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. He's looking to pass. Quarterback extends the play. Going for 6. And he was trying to cash in the end zone in this red zone threat, but it's incomplete.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
The run up the middle, trying to find its way to the goal line. Collisions and power on display, and after all of that, just back to the line of scrimmage. Quarterback on the keeper. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. He splits the uprights. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. 2nd down, he'll throw it. They're setting up the screen. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the 3rd. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. Dropping back, it's Brooks. Fires to the wideout. Connection to the right. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game. Mark it at the 47. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. It'll be a draw. He breaks a tackle. They make the stop at the 37, but not before he's got 10 yards and the 1st down. Syracuse has a really nice drive going. Got it set up on the outside. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Yeah, and this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's later in the 4th quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're down by a lot.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
And this passing attack has not been great today. It hasn't found a way to manufacture those big plays and to scare this defense. And now, in passing situations, trailing, this is a tough spot for this offense.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And the pass is incomplete here on 3rd down, but there is a flag. Let's check it out. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Dropping back, it's Brooks. Strong pass rush, gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
This quarterback is thinking to himself, I need to get an NIL deal at some restaurant so I can take my offensive line out and feed them more, because I don't think they like me very much right now. I've been sacked 6 times in this game. It's time to get that new NIL deal paycheck.
The Tar Heels buried deep in their own territory, just trying to find breathing room on 1st down. The give and tick, 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 tick. Picks up the 1st down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The offense lines up at its own 14-yard line. 1st down. A little misdirection and the handoff on the counter. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a 1st down.
That is just demoralizing if you're on defense, right? You're down in the game. It's the 4th quarter. You know you need to get a stop, and you know they're going to run the ball, but you can't do anything about it.
Extending the play. Rolling right and going deep. He's got it on the outside. Takes it across the 20, inside the red zone, and they'll mark him out at the 19-yard line. The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball's at the 17.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can't pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. They'll try to run for it. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. 1st guy couldn't get him. 2nd guy finally did.
And this offense does it again on 3rd down. They have been so elite on 3rd down all game long. That's the money down. All the coaches talk about it every single time we meet with them. They've been brilliant at it. They've built the lead, and they've got a good chance to finish this one out if they keep that up.
We've reached a 2-minute timeout, and in all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. Picked up some of what they needed on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. And after getting it right on the edge, they'll try to punch it in on 3rd down. Power ahead. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Now, honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week for the rest of this season so we don't let one bad game turn into 2.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the next opponent and forget this day ever happened.
Powers through the defender. Got the 1st down and still on his feet. They believe in this running game, and he's out across the 40 to the 43 before going out of bounds. Syracuse, with that legacy of running backs, just ripped off a huge one there. Let's see what they've got this time. A little release to the back. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, then that ball's not going anywhere. You just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
And he fires a dirt ball. Man, oh man, would he like to have that pass back.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
And they fail to hook up on third down.
Got to give this defense a lot of credit because even down to the last seconds of this football game, we're seeing outstanding effort. QB taking a shot down the middle of the field. There's a defender swatting it away. They have had this quarterback's number all game long, and that's why they're winning this game.
Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game, well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
And the Tar Heels headed quickly to the line. On the ground, it's Gant.
And I tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Catch in the middle, it's Burden. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
Now, a fourth down.
Quarterback may change this route. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. He'll throw it. One last incompletion, and that'll do it. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little